Yo, what is up everybody? Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today we are going to be diving into the deep lore of Hazbin Hotel. Yes, finally, if you know me, you know I love me some Hazbin Hotel. And this video, with the conclusion of season 2, we're going to be making some predictions for season 3. Hazbin Hotel, with the conclusion of season 2, it left us with so many questions, cliffhangers, reveals, and everything like that, and they're setting up for something big season 3, and it would be insane for us not to talk about it. So hold on to your horns, because we're about to get into the video and it's gonna be crazy. Let's get into it. I think it'd be really cool to do this bingo card style, so that's what we're gonna do. I'm a bit of an oracle when it comes to predictions, so I feel like this bingo card is gonna be just about full by the end of season 3. Now, with the conclusion of season 2, Angel Dust has left the Hazbin Hotel, and he has gone back with Valentino of all people. I feel like with Angel Dust, we've done a lot of back and forth of him being kind of a main protagonist, kind of in the background, but for season 3, I think he is definitely going to be an important part of the story. And the first thing on my bingo card is we are going to get an Angel Dust backstory back when he was a human. In season 2, during his speed run to redemption, we got a crazy bomb dropped on us. We found out that Angel Dust killed his own dad. And with Angel being a huge protagonist for next season, I think it only makes sense for us to figure out why. But not only that, with Vox being the one to announce that Angel killed his father, I think that Valentino could be a big part of this story also. And this kind of goes into my next prediction, is that we are going to get a Valentino backstory, with Valentino kind of becoming the head of the V's, pun intended, get it, because Vox lost, never mind. But with Valentino kind of being a main antagonist and Angel Dust becoming a main protagonist, getting Angel Dust's backstory, we kind of have to get Valentino's backstory too. Because there's a lot of turmoil that goes on between Valentino and Angel Dust's relationship. Like why Valentino kind of feels like he needs to have Angel Dust when there are so many other people in hell. Or why Angel Dust feels the need to go back even though he was so close to redemption. There's a lot of unanswered questions in this part of the plot that would make so much sense to clarify in season 3. Now, on the topic of Valentino, I think this season it would make sense to get a Valentino backstory. Season 2, with Vox being the main character, we got a reason as to why he ended up in hell. Now that Valentino has kind of taken that role as head V, we also kind of have to figure out why he's there. Honestly, I thought that we were going to get the reason of how the V's came to be in season 2, but since we didn't, I do believe that they have to talk about it in season 3. Within the V's, there's a lot of back and forth and a lot of clashing ideals. I want to know what made them think that they were going to become good partners in the first place. Since I think they're going to talk about how all the V's met, I also think they're going to talk about how Valentino met Angel Dust and why he's so important to his operation. Another plot point that I think that they've kind of opened up and has been a main plot point, but they've left a lot of room for us to speculate, is Lilith. Which leads to my next bingo card point, is Lilith is going to be a main antagonist. All series, Lilith has remained a bit of an enigma. Is she good? Is she bad? We kind of don't know, but I do feel like she is leaning a little bit more toward the evil side. And by evil, I mean she's been a bit of an emotional hurdle for Charlie to get over. And really not just Charlie. She kind of been getting on everybody's nerves, including Lute. At the very end of season 1, we see Lute approach Lilith with Adam's crown, and she says that the deal is done and that she's in charge now, leading us to believe that her and Adam had some sort of deal. And I think that deal is the reason that Lilith is in heaven in the first place. So in season 3, I think that they have to talk about her deal with Adam. Whenever we see Lilith, she's always in an area where it's only trees or a beach or anywhere desolate and nobody is around. So I think it's possible that she's actually hiding out in heaven. Basically all series, Charlie has been trying to get in touch with Lilith, and at the end of season 2, after thousands and thousands of attempts to get in touch with her, it seems Lilith has finally called her back. My prediction is whatever trouble she got into in heaven has escalated by a lot, and she's calling Charlie to get her help with it. We don't know how she got up there in the first place, but it seems that without that deal with Adam, her stay has come to an end. On to my next bingo card point, I think that Lute and Abel are gonna have some type of conflict that may even result in Lute getting kicked out of heaven. Look, I know this is a big one, but when you think about it, it might not be that far out of reach. We already have proof that sinners can be redeemed and be accepted into heaven. So it may be possible for an angel to get exiled into hell. Out of the main cast of angels, by that I mean Sarah, St. Peter, Abel, and Lute, not including Lute, none of them really hold the same level of hatred and wrath in their heart as Lute does. And I don't think she's that far away from getting exiled. I don't know what she's gonna do. She might kill an angel. She might go down to hell without Sarah's permission. I don't know for sure. But I think it's highly possible that she's not in heaven for much longer. And if that's the case, we get to see a Vaggie and Lute reunion, fight, argument, of some sort, which I think would be a great plot point for the story. So Lute might not be in heaven. Next up, I believe that with the introduction of Abel in season 2, we have to get introduced to Cain in season 3. I mean, come on, he's the first murderer. He's gotta be wandering around hell somewhere. I don't know if he's gonna be a main protagonist or antagonist. I don't know if he's gonna have an interaction with Abel or if he's gonna see Abel at all. I really don't know, but I feel like he has to be around here somewhere. We haven't seen Cain, we've seen Abel, we know he's somewhere in hell. We know that. I think we have to get introduced to him this season. Since he really hasn't even been mentioned at all in Hazbin Hotel, there's not a lot to go off or really to elaborate on, but I do think that we're gonna get introduced to him in season 3. On to my next bingo card point. We already know that Angel Dust is in the hands of Valentino, and we know that Angel Dust and Cherry Bomb are trying to get him back. I do believe that Husk is going to break. I don't know exactly how, but he's going to snap on his mission to get Angel Dust back. And maybe even in the end, whether for good or for bad, he might even become an overlord again. We do know that Husk was originally an overlord, but we never learned how exactly he became an overlord or why he's not an overlord anymore. So I do think they're going to give us a reason as to how he became an overlord and a bit of his fall from grace. Or I guess it's more of a fall from disgrace? All of the Hazbin fans, all of the Husk and Angel Dust shippers know that the relationship and the bond between Angel and Husk is insanely strong. And with Husk's newfound overlord power, it might be possible that Husk kills Valentino. Because we kind of know that Angel Dust at heart is a good person. Yes, he killed his dad, but from all the acts that we've seen him do throughout his journey to redemption, he really does have a good heart, and he does love everybody that's at the Hazbin Hotel. So I think there's a bit more than just a contract with Valentino that has him wanting to go back with him. We already know that Valentino is a low down scumbag, and in the next season there might be some massive conflict between him and Angel Dust that just makes Husk snap. And I believe that it's gonna take that act of killing Valentino or any type of massive impact to all of Pentagram City that is going to turn Husk back into an overlord. Because we don't really know what it takes to become an overlord, so this would be the perfect way to kind of explain that to the viewer. In season 2, we learned that Alastor had a contract with Rosie. And by the end of season 2, he did end up breaking that contract. But we still never learned why Rosie wants to keep an eye on the Hazbin Hotel anyway. So I think in season 3, we're gonna learn why she's so interested in the hotel. I also think we have to learn that why she was the one that was interested in Alastor when he was a human. Because Alastor really only made a deal with any demon. I don't know why Rosie, an overlord, was the one to make that deal. With Rosie's connection to Alastor and the hotel, I think it's possible that she's trying to keep an eye on Charlie because she has some type of deal with Lilith. In season 1, she was very obviously ready and prepared to help Charlie in her battle against Heaven. And I think that's possible that it was to spite Lilith or maybe to help Lilith. I don't completely know, but I do think that she is in communication with her. I also think that there was more to the extermination than just hell getting overpopulated, and I think Lilith knows more about that, and Rosie might be our way into figuring that out. Next on the bingo card, I do think that we're gonna get Husk's backstory in season 3. The same way we did with Angel, I think we're actually gonna learn what he did to land him in hell. We've also seen this for other characters like Vox. We got to see what exactly he did to land him in hell, but we also got to see how he died, and how he died kind of goes into their persona as a demon. So I think in season 3 we're gonna learn how Husk died. Might even have something to do with him being a cat, because I never understood why he was a cat. And for the last prediction on our bingo card, I think we are going to get introduced to Eve. The Hazbin Hotel cast has only been growing. We've gotten to see more angels, more demons, and I think now would be the time to finally introduce her. We really haven't even heard a single word or whisper about her, so it might not happen until the very end of the season. But I do think that she's bound to be a very important character, and we're getting closer and closer to that big reveal. But that is my personal bingo card, my theories and guesses for next season. Let me know in the comments what theories you guys agree with or don't think are even close to possible. I want to hear all of it. If you guys like videos like these, please make sure you subscribe. I'm trying to post a lot more frequently on my channel, and I want to try to get this video to at least 100 likes, so please make sure you hit that like button. And if you just rock with me, please make sure you hit the link in my bio, my description, and just make sure y'all follow me on all my socials, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, all that. Thank you guys so much for checking out this video. It means a lot, and I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one. We out. Peace.